How's it going, everybody? Thank you for watching another video. So today we're talking about one of the crown jewels of the national park system, Yosemite National Park. It's about 3 hours away from Sacramento, so if you're in the area, I highly recommend at least driving through the loop. As we're going to see, it's not a very big national park, but it is packed full of beautiful scenery. Now we're going to start off by looking at the map. If you want to skip ahead to view the floor tour, please go ahead and do that. But I think it's very important to figure out where you are on the map. Orientation wise is very important because I think a lot of other channels don't do a really good job of telling you how to get from point A to point B, including myself in my earlier videos. So please, I would recommend having a look at the map section so as you're going through the video, you know exactly where you're going to be going. Let's have a look at that map. Alright guys, here's your map of Yosemite National Park. Now if you want to skip ahead to the tour, you can use the slider right here or just look down in the description. The chapters should be down there. But this is it. Real simple loop. Comes in this way, you go around and you exit that way. Just 8 miles long and 1 mile across this way. Alright, I'm going to try to remember sequentially how this tour takes place. And you got to remember as we're looking at this map that these are raised valley walls and what we're looking at here is the floor. So this is how I remember coming in, of course, this way. Here, let me zoom in just a little bit. So coming in this way, and they hooked right around this way and ended up in parking lot 1, which is the Yosemite Falls Park. Right across the street, this is a very big parking lot too. Across the street, you got Camp 4, which is where people do their tent camping, and is also where the trailhead is to go to Upper Yosemite Fall. And then I like parking lot 1 because it's relatively close to where the Yosemite Valley Lodge is at. So this is where the outdoor floor tour is going to leave from, the tram. And it's also, there's a pickup station here for the shuttle, and the shuttle will take you around this way, all along that side. Okay, let me kind of zoom back out here. All right, so this is what I remember. I tried to leave notes here for everything that I was looking at. And just remember, this is the north side, this is the south side of the loop. And basically, if you're on this side, you have better views of what's on the other side. So the tram is going to take off here, and then you won't be able to see the Royal Arches too much, and not the Three Brothers. But all the while, you're staring down El Capitan. Like, you can see it because it's so massive, but you can only see this side of it. You really can't see the face yet. As you're popping out here to your left, you're going to be able to see Sentinel Rock, just this massive peak over here. So you're going to come around this way, and then right about here, you're going to see more of El Capitan, and then you're going to be able to see all these beautiful meadows and beaches that you can just kind of hang out and have picnics at. Right about here, you're eyeball to eyeball with El Capitan, and you're going to be able to see all of these features here. The cathedral spires and the cathedral rock. Middle rock's kind of hanging out right here. We're going to see really great videos of that. But Cathedral Beach is really nice. That's, I guess, called Cathedral Beach because it's right in the area of Cathedral Rock and the cathedral spires. As you pop out on this side, the next big feature is Valley View. There's a big picture of this in the Sacramento airport. Basically, it's looking this way. You got Bridalveil Fall this side, and then you got El Capitan. Way in the distance, you can see Half Dome. You're going to cross the Merced River and then stop at Tunnel View. This is a jaw dropper. It's kind of like the Valley View, but elevated, and it's more breathtaking in my opinion. I didn't get a chance to do Bridalveil Fall here because it was closed for construction. I guess it's falling apart or something from what the ranger was saying. Now, the Leaning Tower, you're going to be able to see more from this side. It's basically on this side of Bridalveil, and it literally is kind of like a feature that looks like it's falling forward, and people love to climb the west face of that. So swinging around this way, now you're going to have a different perspective of El Capitan. Once you hit this, you're going to be right up against Cathedral Rock. You can start to see the Three Brothers, 3 distinctive peaks here. Coming around that way, right about here. Actually, I think the Royal Arches is a little bit closer to this side because I remember being right in this area with Crescent Meadows and being able to see the Royal Arches. You're going to know it because it looks like people or somebody cut arches into it. On the top of it is North Dome. So we'll see that as well. But as you're driving through, the first kind of landmark to point out is the 4-mile trail. This is where you can hike up to Glacier Point if you want to. For me, it was closed because it was still on winter schedule. Or you can drive up here to Glacier Point. Now, the significance of Glacier Point is it's about 7,200 feet above sea level, and Half Dome is about 88. You can see it right up here. You're almost eyeball to eyeball with Half Dome, and the views are ridiculous. You get really good views of the Nevada Falls, and Vernal Falls. Absolutely gorgeous. Zoom back out here. Okay. All right. So that leaves us here. And right when you hit this wedding chapel, this area right here is my favorite meadow. You see a lot of beautiful pictures of people hanging out in Crescent Meadow, taking pictures of the upper Yosemite Falls in this area. So I was really looking forward to hanging out in this area. There's also the swinging bridge here. You're going to be able to see that from the road here, that swinging bridge. I'm going to come around this way by the housekeeping camp and just flip around this way. Oh, gorgeous views, by the way. When you see the Royal Arches, pretty decent views of Half Dome from that area as well when you're in this area. Even better in this area. Flipping around this way, hook around, and then you're going to end up right back here at the Yosemite Valley Lodge. And the trailhead for the lower Yosemite Falls is on this side. Really nice loop trail, very short, and you end up coming back around to this area. Now, I'm going to back out a little bit. The importance of this trail here, so let me go a little bit closer here. This is where the John Muir Trail is and the Mist Trail is. And this is where you're going to get to come up to the Vernal Falls and the Nevada Falls, because if you want to get up to Half Dome, you got to go here, here, and then up to that area. So that's the significance of going in this area. And the other hike that I wanted to do was up here at Mirror Lake. But I guess that's for a different time. Let us move on to the actual valley floor tour. All right, let me step you through it. Gonna start at Yosemite Valley Lodge. That's a look at the cafeteria. There's a Starbucks in there. Here's a quick look at the map at the different routes that climbers took getting up to El Capitan. Absolutely insane. Looking at this thing when you're gonna look at it. They got a restaurant lounge in here. Sometimes it's reserved for only people staying in the park. Now to the left of the lodge is Camp 4. This is the area where I was telling you people can do their tent camping. Also, this is where the trailhead is to the upper Yosemite Falls. Look at the bathrooms. There might be showers in there. And here is a look at the bear boxes to keep your food in, so if bears show up, they can't get at it. There is a look at the open tram valley floor tour. Great shout out goes to the ranger that did this tour. We were the first tour on the valley floor since COVID. And driver Bill, good job. Now, as soon as you get out to the left, we're going to see Sentinel Rock. At least I think that's Sentinel Rock. I might have taken this video in reverse, but I think that's Sentinel Rock on your left. And then, like I was mentioning, you're just staring down El Capitan, thinking, I wonder what kind of views I'm going to get of it. Okay, so that right there is a look at the Cathedral Rock grouping. I believe that one is called Middle Cathedral. On the left, you got the spires. There's a shot of the meadows. My one regret is not spending enough time in the meadows on the floor, just kind of cruising around and taking in the beautiful views of these high valley walls made out of granite. Just pure insanity. And at this point, you're going to be swinging around very close to El Capitan. We're going to go a little bit more around to the left so we can get a better view. So this is kind of like the left side of it. And then boom, here you go. There it is. Amazing. Driver Bill got us right even with it, and we could see some climbers up there. You could see their flourishing green and yellow shirts. I don't know if you can see them in the video, but they were up there. Take a couple days to get up to the top. All right, here's a look at Bridal Veil Fall. To the right of it, you can see the Leaning Tower on the upper right-hand corner there. People like to hike the west face on that. Here's a look at Valley View. Bridal Veil on your right, El Capitan on your left. Crossing over here, the Merced River. Now we're coming around on the loop. So we were on the north side of the loop. Now we're on the south side of the loop. So we're going to be looking to the left now. And this is tunnel view. Oh, gorgeous views there. Different perspective here of El Capitan. We're a little bit higher now. Whew. The waterfall there on your left. I forgot what the name of that one was. Here's a look at the cathedral spires. If you can see them through the trees. And a look at the Three Brothers, which is a little bit difficult to see because you were so close to it. But those are called the Three Brothers. And of course, this is a view of the upper Yosemite Falls. We're going to have a look at the lower falls in just a little bit. Look how much water is coming out of that mountain. These are the Royal Arches, and to the top is the North Dome. And to the right, you can see Half Dome. Half Dome in it. Now, when you're done with all of this, you're going to get dropped off back at the Yosemite Valley Lodge. And then the trail to the lower Yosemite Falls is right there. It's like 5 minutes away. Very easy trail. It's fully paved. There's a picnic area there. And you're surrounded by these giant trees. And now some of them are sequoia. I don't remember the names of the other ones. They're basically just pine trees, but they are literally everywhere. It smells so good. And the hike is very easy. Tons of people in like strollers going back and forth. If you want to have some alone time at the lower falls, go early in the morning because it is ridiculously busy. When you get up there though, the force from the wind from the waterfall is so great. Like it just blows your hair back, and it's so cold because that water is so cold. Then when you're done with that, you can cross over into Crescent Meadows, have a look at Half Dome there, and man, this is the one place where I felt just like really at ease on that valley floor. This is the swinging bridge here, and then tons of areas, little beaches where you can just kind of hang out, stick your feet in the water. The water's cold, guys. The water is cold, refreshing. And here's a look from the swinging bridge area to the upper falls. Just an absolute stunner. And there's a look at the chapel across from the Crescent Meadows. Well, alright guys, that's a quick look at Yosemite National Park. My big regret, as always, is I just wish I had more time to explore. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.